Hey guys, look what followed me home today. Oh my. Well, hopefully we can make this video without this little tiny table collapsing. This is probably the worst idea I've ever had, but it's the only table I have that I can use indoors here that the wife won't kill me for putting this thing on it. This is like a 50-pound machinist vise that I picked up, and incredible price that I got this thing for. I got this and an entire bucket of old tools for $30. And like I said, this thing's about 50 pounds. It's Chinese made, so I'm going to give you that warning, so it's not like a top of the line quality American. But in reality, a lot of these old heavy machinist vices, your average homeowner didn't have the money to buy a good Wilton or Reed or something like that. So these Chinese ones are actually pretty decent quality. They're not, you know, the China junk that you're going to see today. This is something that was obviously very expensive back in the day, and there was a market for a, you know, inexpensive version. So you see a lot of these in with Chinese brands. This one here is in terrific condition, guys. A little bit of paint peeling off it, but you know what? I'm going to strip this thing and repaint it and rebuild it, and it's going to be fantastic. I got a lot of good ideas for this thing. It's like I said, it's about 50 pounds. It's very smooth. I'm really surprised because this thing's been in storage for years and years. Hopefully this table doesn't fall over, but it's very smooth, and I haven't done anything to it yet. Just the jaws are really smooth. The screw, just no problems there at all. Everything comes together nice and tight, even, and square. And the cool thing is it's a rotating pipe vise. So this whole head rotates. On this other side, you have basically a pipe vise here and a square kind of chuck on the end. So for putting, I don't know what you would put in there, but if you're going to put something square into there, you can put the square into that end. We'll roll that up a little more so you can see it. There you go. Out of the light, you can see there's a square chuck here. So maybe if you're putting a block of wood, something like that, I don't know, a square piece of metal stock or something, put that in there. Of course, in here is your pipe clamp, and it rotates, and it's got a couple of screws in the back that tighten it up. And when it's tightened up, it is very, very secure. I tightened it down and couldn't get it to budge. So I think this thing is just dynamite, and it's not even cleaned up, guys. This is as it, you know, farm fresh, and pretty much what it worked out to was 25 bucks for this, and $5 for the thing of tools. Awesome. I'm going to use this for a lot. This is going to get used for, you know, restoring tools. I'm going to put it in the garage and bring this thing back to life. But it's just a fantastic deal, and even though it's Chinese made, I'm not going to complain, guys, because this is decent quality. There's no way I could afford even the Harbor Freight version of this nowadays. Even the Harbor Freight version, you're looking at 150 bucks. So no way I can even, you know. So it was a great score. Really glad I found it, and just thrilled. And then I'll show you some of the tools out of the box. I've actually been cleaning up some. As you can see, I'm a little grimy here because I've been doing a little work today, trying to clean this stuff up. In the box, there are an absolute ton of these C-clamps, and you can see how rusty these are. And they're all branded, and they're all made in the USA so far. I've cleaned up a couple of them. And what these things look like when they're cleaned up, guys, I'm telling you, a couple minutes on the wire wheel, and these things are like pretty much good as new. They work great. Just, I don't know why people like are in such a rush to get rid of these. They always see these rusty all over the place. Really cool. Another thing too, guys, I love this Super Strength Mean Green. You can get it at the dollar stores, and it's really good for getting these unseized and also help getting some of the rust off it. Often what I'll do is get these blasted WD-40 and hit them up on the wire wheel, and then bring them inside, and then degrease with the Mean Green and some steel wool. Really gets these cleans. You know, it's not going to get them perfect, but you know what, guys? They don't need to be perfect. They're C-clamps. You know, if I get them perfect, they're just going to start rusting back up anyway. So I just do a quick wire wheel job on these things and get them back. really cool Stanley 4-inch aluminum tri-square. That's a really cool, like that little guy. Already cleaned that up, as you can see. Oh, this is wicked cool, guys. Love it. Still got to clean this up. It's a Fiskars brand handsaw with the bits. That's cool. I love that. And we're not going to go through everything. I know it's kind of boring just looking at a bunch of old tools and all. But a bunch of stuff, you know, like a couple different pairs of these kind of, I don't know, there's some kind of end pliers, nippers, whatever. A bunch of them. Really cool. This thing here, I'm really excited about. Yeah, this is a pretty big box. It's a really big old rusty set of bolt cutters. I can't read it. I think it says Victoria on it. I gotta clean it up still. But all the adjustments and everything on this, I'm guessing this was a very high-end one back in the day. I just thought it was really cool, and it came along with the bucket of tools. So yeah, we're gonna clean this one up too eventually, someday. Someday. You know, wintertime's a good time to do that. Uh-oh. Fixed by Doc is gonna be jealous. Got myself a beautiful Stanley 624. It's completely locked up at this point, but we'll take care of that. If I can get this thing salvageable, hey, I might send it to Fixed by Doc. He's been looking for one for a while, and you know, this one was literally in a box of rusty tools. So if it cleans up good, maybe I'll send it his way if it still works good. Got a good handful of old hand braces in all different kinds of condition. These clean up pretty easy. Just wire wheel them, you know, as long as the chucks aren't broken. But we won't find that out till we actually clean them. This one here is a little rattly, so I got a feeling the springs are busted. We'll see. We'll see. You don't know. And yeah, a lot more clamps. A lot of clamps. A lot of clamps. Yeah, I think it's one more thing I'll show you. This is kind of neat. It's a old proto adjustable wrench out of Los Angeles, which I think dates this around the 40s or so. Missing the worm gear. Let me go on eBay, see if I can find the worm gear. Put this sucker back into use. But yeah, you know, I love, you know, especially guys this time of year. You know, summer's over. You know, and I got my kids, so I can't get out as much as I'd like. So tools have kind of taken the place of getting out. But yeah, there's my new little find here. Just absolutely love this vise. I'm going to get it off this table here before it collapses or falls through into the basement. But just had to show you guys. You're talking like $30 investment, whole bunch of awesome tools, and they're going to get cleaned up and put to use. You know, like those C-clamps, guys. You go to even Harbor Freight, they're still, you know, $4 or $5 a piece. You know, and you get like I think about a dozen, maybe 15 of them in there. You know, the hour or two that's going to take me to clean them up is no big deal at all, and you know, it gives me extra stuff, so I'm not constantly spending money at the store every time I got a project going. And this thing here, this thing's going to be a beater. I'll show you guys when this thing's done, and give you a chance to see that. I think I'm going to paint it. I think I'm going to take it apart, strip it, paint it, lube it, put it back into service. I know it's not worth much, but man, where else am I going to get a nice 50-pound vise like this? So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed.